Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt the weight of the world pressing down so hard on your shoulders that you wondered if you could take another step? Have you ever looked in the mirror and seen only limitations staring back at you? I'll tell you a secret, you're not alone. But here's the biggest secret: what you're looking at in that mirror, what you feel pressing down on your shoulders, is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. Let me ask you this: have you ever considered how much energy you spend wondering if you're good enough, wondering if you'll ever achieve the dreams buried deep within your heart, wondering if you're capable of climbing the mountain in front of you, wondering if life could ever be better? That's the thing about wondering, isn't it? It feels like you're moving because your mind is spinning in a million directions, but really you're standing still. Wondering is a thief. It steals your time, your energy, and your joy. And worst of all, it steals your action. I was born without arms and legs. It wasn't something I chose. It wasn't something I asked for, but it's something I live with every single day of my life. When I was younger, I wondered a lot. I wondered why I was different. I wondered if I'd ever find someone who would love me. I wondered if I'd ever be able to do anything on my own. I wondered why I even existed. And you know what all that wondering did? It built a cage around me. A cage of fear, self-doubt, and frustration. I wasn't free. I wasn't living. I was existing in a tiny box built by my own thoughts. But one day, something changed. I stopped wondering. I stopped asking why me and started asking, why not me? Why couldn't I live a fulfilling life? Why couldn't I achieve my dreams? Why couldn't I make an impact in this world? And when I shifted my questions, my world began to shift too. I realized that wondering doesn't move you forward. Action does. And here's the most powerful truth of all: you don't need perfect circumstances to take action. You don't need every answer. You don't need anyone else's permission. All you need is the courage to try. When I was a child, I couldn't imagine standing here in front of you today speaking to millions of people, inspiring hope and spreading love. Back then, even the simplest things felt impossible. Getting out of bed without someone's help, brushing my teeth, opening a door. But I stopped wondering what my life could be like if things were different and started living the life I had. And guess what? I learned how to do those things, not overnight, not without failure, but with persistence. I realized something profound: your limitations are only as powerful as the excuses you give them. People often ask me, Nick, how do you stay so positive? How do you find the strength to keep going? And my answer is simple: I focus on what I can do, not what I can't. Do you know how freeing that is? To stop wasting time on the things outside of your control and start investing your energy into what's possible. When you shift your perspective like that, you start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. And suddenly the world becomes a playground of potential rather than a prison of impossibility. I remember one of the first times I decided to try surfing. Now, you're probably thinking, how on earth does a man with no arms and no legs surf? And I get it. It's not exactly a natural fit, but that's the beauty of it. I didn't let my circumstances dictate what was possible for me. I wanted to try, so I did. And let me tell you, riding that wave for the first time wasn't just exhilarating, it was a breakthrough. It reminded me that when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone, even just a little bit, you discover that you're capable of so much more than you ever imagined. The same is true for you. I don't know what your challenges are. Maybe you're facing a financial crisis. Maybe you're struggling with a relationship. Maybe you're battling depression or anxiety. Maybe you're just feeling stuck, unsure of where to go next. Whatever it is, I want you to know this: you are not your circumstances. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are the choices you make today in this moment. And right now you have a choice. You can keep wondering, or you can start doing. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Life isn't easy. It's messy and unpredictable and sometimes downright hard, but it's also beautiful and miraculous and filled with possibilities. The key is to stop waiting for perfect and start embracing progress. Because here's the truth: there's no such thing as a perfect time to start. There's no such thing as a perfect plan. There's just now. And the small, imperfect steps you take today can lead to incredible transformations tomorrow. When I think about the people who inspire me most, they aren't the ones with the most talent, the most money, or the most opportunities. They're the ones who never gave up. The single mom working 3 jobs to provide for her kids. The veteran learning to walk again after losing a leg. The young girl starting a business out of her garage because she believes in her idea. These are the people who remind me that resilience isn't about having it all together. It's about showing up even when it's hard. It's about choosing hope over fear, action over wondering. So what does that look like for you? Maybe it's sending that email you've been putting off. Maybe it's picking up the phone and calling someone you need to reconcile with. Maybe it's taking 5 minutes today to work on a goal that feels impossible. Whatever it is, start small, start scared, start messy, but start, because once you do, you'll realize that momentum is a powerful thing. One small step leads to another, and before you know it, you're walking, running, soaring toward a life you never thought possible. I've had the privilege of traveling the world, meeting people from all walks of life, and do you know what I've learned? That deep down, we all want the same thing. We want to feel seen. We want to feel valued. We want to feel like our lives matter. And let me tell you this, your life does matter. Your story matters. Your dreams matter. The world needs what you have to offer. Don't let fear or doubt or wondering hold you back from sharing it. When I look back on my journey, I'm not grateful for my challenges because they were easy. I'm grateful for them because they shaped me. They taught me resilience. They taught me empathy. They taught me to find joy in the simple things. And most importantly, they taught me that there is always, always hope. Even in the darkest moments, even when everything feels lost, hope is the light that guides you forward. And hope is born when you take that first step, no matter how small. So here's my challenge to you. Stop wondering, stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I fly? Stop looking at what you lack and start seeing what you have. Stop waiting for someone else to change your life and start changing it yourself. Because the truth is, you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you know. And the life you dream of is closer than you think. I'm not standing here today because I'm special or because I have it all figured out. I'm standing here because I made a choice to stop wondering and start living, a choice to stop letting my limitations define me and start letting my possibilities inspire me. And if I can do it, so can you. No matter where you've been, no matter where you are, you have the power to create a new path forward. So take that first step. It might just change your life.